Please be seated. Hello, I'm Mr. Jeff Linden, the high school principal here at Hastings High. To Hastings Senior High School for the class of 2025 graduation ceremony. The flower arrangement you see here is for anyone that could not be here with us today. I would like to introduce Monty Ferris, our Student Council President, to give the welcome address.
Hello? Okay. On behalf of the class of 2025, I would like to welcome all faculty, friends, family, and distinguished guests to the greatest graduation ceremony. The greatest? How can a ceremony be the greatest? Crossing my fingers, today should last under 1 hour, the shortest ceremony in a long time. Looking back, it's crazy to think about how much we've learned and grown in the past years. High school has been full of firsts. The first class, the first Orbeez War, the consequential first suspensions, the first leaving class to gossip with the counselors. Thank you, Mr. Bitfield and Miss Adams, wherever you are. The first girlfriend, the second girlfriend, the third girlfriend, the figuring out that you were the problem. These firsts are what define us as a class. These shared memories, trends, and bad decisions are what make us unique. Philosopher and poet Playboy Cardi once said, "In New York, I really rock, hide it in my sock." I don't know what that means, but it feels right. It feels like high school. In fear of pushing over that 1 hour, let's get these speeches started.
Thank you, Monty. The members of the Board of Education serve at the will of the people for no pay. Each year, members of the Board of Education devote many hours to the school board meetings, work board sessions, school visits, workshops, and conferences. I will read names of all school board members. School board members who are present, please stand when your name is read. I will recognize your efforts with a round of applause. We'll hold the applause after they're all standing. We have Becky Sullivan, School Board President, Jody Graves, Vice President, Andrew McCarty, Secretary Treasurer, Jim Bovey, Sharon Brooks, Eric Espinoza, Tamisha Rose Osgood, Chris Shade, and Stacy Woodhelm. It's with great pleasure that I introduce the Superintendent of Hastings Public Schools, Mr. Jeff Snyder, and the President of Hastings Public Schools Foundation, Mr. Chris Shukai. I am honored to be graduating the class of 2025. During the past 4 years, these young men and women have shown growth, progress in the classroom and lab, on the court, the stage, and field. They have acquired the knowledge, skills, and behaviors to further their academic endeavors, career aspirations, and personal lives. Members of the class of 2025 received both academic and athletic scholarships to ensure future success. The class of 2025 has 6 senior graduation speakers. These 6 students are nominated by the instructional faculty of Hastings Senior High. The instructional faculty nominates students based on the following criteria: displays outstanding character and effort, has overcome tremendous obstacles, has displayed excellence in their department, I will introduce all 6 students nominated to give a senior graduation speech at this time. As I read your name, please stand, stay standing, and we'll recognize all 6 with a round of applause once they're all up. Corey Barwick is the daughter of Scott and Stephanie Barwick. Caitlin Drake. Caitlin is the daughter of Nick and Lindsay Drake. Kiara Erickson. Kiara is the daughter of Brett and Irina Erickson. Monty Ferris. Monty is the son of Tim and Shelley Ferris. Jack Ortegren. Jack is the son of Kurt and Jamie Ortegren. Blake Schiffbauer. Blake is the son of Roy and Laura Schiffbauer. I would like to invite Corey Barwick to the podium to begin our senior graduation speeches.
Class of 2025, can you believe this day is finally here? Think back to your freshman self. Excited, maybe nervous. There's so much we'd say if we could go back and speak to our freshman year selves. But without the fears, failures, and setbacks, we would not be the people we are today. Look at us now, a sea of caps and gowns, ready to conquer our nested adventure. We did it. We've made some of the best memories with friends, survived the most challenging classes, and yes, endured some very awkward dances thanks to the DJs. We've grown in ways our younger selves never could have imagined. And now, as we step into the future, carrying not just diplomas, but everything we've learned with each other and from each other. As a class, we've gone through a lot together. But I would like to say I've seen each one of you get stronger as the years have gone by. We have not just survived high school, we have crushed it. We have come together through it all, and we've been each other's cheerleaders during triumphs and shoulders to lean on during tough times. We have not only gotten through the hard times, we have blossomed in them. We have turned our challenges into something that will make each of us stronger and more fit for the adventure ahead. To the classes who follow in our footsteps, I wish you the best. Take advantage of each school event, club, activity, and game. Learn to enjoy the moment and never be afraid to ask for help. And to the teachers, parents, coaches, counselors, and friends who supported and guided us through our school careers, we say thank you. Congratulations, class of 2025. I wish you the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you, Corey. Caitlin Drake will now give her speech.
It seems to be a tradition that every senior hates reading The Hobbit. It's long, boring, and filled with a made-up language. But I have on good confidence that it's great to fall asleep to. However, as I've been reflecting on the past 4 years, an idea came to mind. It may appear as if The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings are really long stories, but they have 3 valuable truths about where we find ourselves today. The first is found in the nature of the journey we are about to take. Our lives until now have followed a similar pattern to Bilbo's. While we might go on new adventures and try new things, at the end of the day, we will always have the promise of home, whether it's our houses, going to school every day, or going to practice. But now we are about to go on a journey that changes us, and home no longer exists in its current form. We're no longer in high school. Many of us are no longer athletes, and we will all eventually create our own home, different than that which we grew up in. Which brings me to the second point. Surround yourself with good people. Frodo and Bilbo both had people surrounding them, pushing them to where they found themselves at the end of novels. And likewise, we have people in our lives too. We all have a Gandalf, a mentor figure who pushed us to these seats today, whether it was our parents, a teacher, or coach. Whoever it was, thank them, because we wouldn't be who we are as people today without them. And likewise, we all have a Samwise, that one friend that stuck by us through the highs and the lows of life. Whoever they are for you, find them and stick with them, because the Samwises of the world are hard to find, and we are extremely lucky to have them in our lives. Finally, Tolkien encourages each and every one of us to change the world. And I know it sounds cliche, but our world is comprised of people we interact with every day, our sphere of influence, if you will. We have the ability to change our worlds for the better or for the worse. Choose to change the world for the better. Do the right thing, even when it's hard, because you never know how one simple act of kindness can impact a generation. And it might seem like a daunting task, but Tolkien offers this advice. Find something greater than yourself to work towards. This will bring hope and purpose to your life, which gets you through the hard times that will undoubtedly happen. However, make sure this goal is truly greater than yourself, because if it's easily achieved, your life will be hopeless and purposeless. And unfortunately, we all know what a hopeless and a meaningless life can cost. I hope something in this speech resonated with you, even if it was just The Hobbit is boring. I know we've been out of school for a while, and you don't want to see me ramble on about old stories, but the lessons are important. Wander from home, find your people, change the world. We've worked our whole lives to be at this moment, and we'll spend the rest of our lives looking back. So take it in. We did it. We survived high school. As to what's next, who can say? Not all that glitters is gold, and not all who wander are lost. But whatever comes our way, let's go out and own it.
Thank you, Caitlin. Kira Erickson will now give her speech.
Good afternoon. I'm Kira Erickson, and I want to start by saying congratulations to the class of 2025. I faced my quarter-life crisis at the ripe old age of 3. Now, why anyone would think it was a bright idea to ask a preschool class what they wanted to be when they grow up is beyond me. Naturally, such an intense, deep, and daunting question was far too much for the mind of 3-year-old Kira to ponder, and consequently, I declared the first words to pop into my head. Hair cutter. Much to my parents' horror, for the next year, I assaulted each and every doll and stuffed animal, convinced I was an artist, a master hairdresser. No inanimate object was left unharmed. And I knew none. Even my own hair was subject to the wrath of my sparkly pink scissors. But much to the relief of every teddy bear, by 4, the scissors were abandoned, and a new career path had formed, pediatric surgeon. I know, those two fields go hand in hand. Scissors. Nonetheless, it stuck, and my answer to that ever so daunting question has never wavered since. But I have been lucky. Some people figured it out in middle school or high school. Others still might not have an answer today. And with big changes lying ahead, uncertainty is a major source of anxiety for many here today. Maybe you're just now realizing you're unsure about your career path. Or maybe the idea of leaving Hastings High feels completely overwhelming. But don't worry, there's always your parents' basement. It's important to remember that a good portion of us have been classmates since kindergarten, and stepping into the unknown with new unknown people is a paralyzing thought. That theme of uncertainty will continue to show up throughout our lives. There will be moments where we don't know what the path ahead looks like, and that's okay. It's completely normal to not know what's coming or what you want to do. Instead of being avoided, uncertainty is to be embraced. It's a part of life's journey. It's in these moments we grow the most and how we become better people. And understand this, there will be challenges. You'll be underestimated. You will not get the grade you wanted on that test. You'll encounter judgment and pressure. You will be unfairly treated by professors and supervisors alike. You will feel guilt, regret, embarrassment, grief, heartache, and anger. You'll spill coffee on your white button-ups before important job interviews. You will stumble over your words in front of 2,000 people at the graduation ceremony. And yet, you will pull through. You will excel. You will find support through those around you. You will feel peace, joy, relief, and excitement. You will have a backup button up in your car you didn't even know was there. Wrinkled, but still there. You will finish the speech, and the audience will forget every time you fumble the words. You will get the job, even with the wrinkles. Your life will be shaped by the challenges you face, the ways in which you overcame them, and the people who supported you through the good days and the bad. For me, those people have been my friends, family, and teachers. To my mom, you are my rock and my inspiration, and I am endlessly proud to be your daughter. To my dad, you have sat with me through every late night, providing comedic relief and a shoulder to cry on when I need it the most. To my little brother Ian, you are my best friend. You have the purest heart and inspire me to be a better person every day. To my teachers, and in particular Mrs. Voss, Mr. Theo Harris, and Mr. Witt, without your support, I would never have made it onto this stage today. You have taught me that we are not defined by our past, but rather how we take control of the uncertainty and challenges. We are not defined by high school. We are defined by what we do next, and next will be unforgettable. Good luck, and congratulations to the Hastings High Class of 2025.
Thank you, Kiara. Monty Ferris will now give his speech.
Did you miss me? Don't worry, I will keep this speech short as well. Mom, Dad, my sweet little Nana, despite my occasional defiance, skipping school, faking sick, every step I've taken is to make you proud. Everything I do at its core is for you. To every parent and supporting adult in the audience, I hope you know this holds true for so many of us. We push to be our best, not for ourselves, but for you. If you're a parent or guardian, please stand. You are the reason we're here today. Thank you. On a serious note, I would like to talk about the friends, classmates, and loved ones that we have lost on this long high school journey. I will never forget the day of Tyreek's passing. As it was announced, I broke down in front of my class, bawling. Along with Tyreek, two other incredible souls were lost along this journey, Aiden and Luis. I say these names today so that we never forget them. These truly tragic tragedies will not be forgotten. Life truly doesn't stop for anything. That's why we can't afford to waste it. We've been given something rare, a chance to do something with our time. From the greatest movie of all time, Grown Ups 2, Adam Sandler said, "There's no better time to live than right now." So no matter where you are in life right now, make the best of what you have left. Make someone's day better, accomplish your dreams, and become the best version of yourself. Here's to what's next.
Thank you, Monty. Next, we'll have Jack Watergren give his speech.
God, there's a lot of people here today. Roughly 1,500 days ago, we all walked into this high school as freshmen, not even thinking about today because it felt so far away. But we waited, and now it's finally here. Done with school and headed into the real world. But notice though how I said the word waited. At some point, all of us here today, sitting with these goofy looking hats on our head, said we can't wait to graduate. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. It seemed as soon as we were done, life would be happier. Less pressure would exist, and I would have more time to wonder when I'm going to use Algebra 2 in my daily life. Sorry, Dad. But putting on this cap and gown this morning with all my family here, I wasn't smiling and happy. I was sad. These walls created memories for all of us that I honestly don't know if I could make anywhere else. This made me stop and think to myself, I should have lived in the present and not just kept waiting and waiting and looking ahead. Because no matter what, the day that you wait for will come in the future. Like Andy Bernard from the TV show The Office said, I wish there was a way of knowing you were in the good old days before you've left them. Looking back, there's no more Friday night lights, no more trips to Adams Central to beat the Patriots, no more bus rides in general, and then, of course, most importantly, no more leaving the weights room to go sit in the locker room. But Coach Hitson, we never did that. I'm sure all of us here can relate to leaving good memories behind in this high school. But what happened while we waited? Did we change? Did we become the person we wanted to be? Or are we still figuring it out? That's all questions that we don't maybe have answers to, but that's okay. Because there are two very important days in your life, and today surprisingly isn't one of them. Number one is the day you were born, and number two is the day that you figure out what you were born to do. The day of February 17th, 2020 is when I figured out what I was born to do on this earth. On that morning, I woke up screaming, but not knowing what was going on. All I knew is my arm was hurting. My parents rushed in just as I started blacking out and then coming back to. As the medical staff pushed me out of my front door, I came back to just for a second, and all I remember seeing is my little sister Lucy crying as they pushed her brother away for what may have been the final time. Right then and there, I realized that I wasn't born to be a son, a brother, a broadcaster, or a graduate. I was born to be a fighter. Not only for me, but for her and my whole family. After a 6-week stay at Children's, a handful of surgeries, countless recorded basketball games, and sleepless nights, I was able to go home and give her the biggest hug in the world so she knew her big brother was okay. But did I become a fighter on my own, or did I have some traits that I picked up from these people that we call parental figures? Well, I have to admit, I might have learned to be a fighter from my parents, or they may have learned a little bit from me, who really knows at this point. It was October of my freshman year, and my mom walks into my room and says, "We really need to talk." Immediately, I started thinking everything that everybody else thought. What happened at school today, and what did I do wrong, or did my teachers call or something? She told me one thing: I found a mass. Instantly, I was thinking the same thing you all are now. It was cancer. But she didn't do the waiting that I did to graduate today, because she knew this was much more extreme. She did not wait, but tackled it head on and came out on top. She battled all the battles, and she's sitting right over there today with a smile on her face and tears in her eyes because I'm up here doing this and talking about her. And I just want to thank her for everything that she's done for me and got me to this point. All right, I'm not done. So the class of 2025, what were you born to do? Are you there yet, or are you still searching? So when you go out into the world next year and life comes at you faster than you think it's going to, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and wait, or are you going to go fight and take it over and become who you were meant to be on this earth? I challenge each and every one of you to find or invent that extra energy, that extra push to get yourself over the hump. Every day that you get up and find a challenge, don't wait, but attack it with everything you have. No looking in the rearview mirror anymore. It will be the first time in 18 years that we may have to face challenges on our own because it's all you now. Tell yourself that you get to decide what today is going to bring, and if it isn't great, that you can turn it around and make it great. The class of 2025, I wish you the best luck in your journey, looking forward and finding what you want to be. And the ball rolls!
Thank you, Jack. Blake Schiffbauer will now give his speech.
I would like to start off by saying thank you to the Hastings Public Schools music program, specifically to our high school teachers here, Mr. Emke, Ms. Centel, Mr. Yost, and Mr. Stevens. They all pushed me all 4 years in being my greatest self, and I always felt I had a place in their classrooms. The support of the Hastings Public Schools music program has been unwavering, starting from the elementary level with Mr. Maddox and leading its way up to the high school. Ever since I made some of my first sounds, and I mean sounds because it definitely could not be categorized as music, on a saxophone at summer band, I have been ever thankful for the support and encouragement that the program hands out in abundance. Without this, I'm not sure I would have chased as many opportunities as were available to me. Now, why am I telling you all this? If I hadn't gotten out of my comfort zone and just a little bit every single time I got on stage, I would still be the same shy little kid that moved here almost 10 years ago. Through this program, I've been given the gift of a life already rich in experience. When it came to music, every time I was offered a challenge, my only answer was and forever will be yes, with an exclamation point. However, this doesn't only apply to a musical field. Being uncomfortable with saying yes to opportunity is a very common occurrence, especially since we're all maybe worried about what other people think of us or our decisions. Through playing jazz, this fear of judgment is familiar to me. With a spotlight cast on the soloist, nothing but your sound is reaching the ears of the audience. This spotlight was and still is uncomfortable for me, but it taught me a valuable lesson in confidence. If I am to get better at my craft, I need to put myself out there in order to both gain experience and know what I need to work on. Staying in a bubble can and will only make me average, which won't get me signed with a record label anytime soon. This slight discomfort and triumph over it is a sign of growth for us as people. Who knows where one uncomfortable extension of yourself will lead as you further pursue your chosen path. It is completely up to you to accept the opportunities provided to you in life. Nothing will ever come as you ask for it. The request takes form as the opportunity, but the true completion of your dreams falls into your hands alone, and it is your responsibility to see your own potential and pursue your personal growth to complete the goals you have set for yourself. One significant aspect of making these decisions is having an open mind for both the outcome and the process. Trust in the journey to take you where you belong as you work in the way that will bring you closest to your goals. However, this philosophy can be applied to further than just in our work ethic. In our personal relationships, albeit with friends and strangers, it is important to keep an open mind in every interaction. As we move through life, often our preconceived notions of the world and work will largely determine how we view and respond to people and events. Ultimately, rewiring the way you've lived life for so long is difficult but not impossible. I encourage us all to take graduation as an opportunity to reflect on our past 4 years of our lives and see our greatness and our flaws. Using this reflection, we shouldn't take the opportunity to criticize ourselves or others on the decisions we've made, but instead hold these memories with a new perspective of love and open-mindedness. Painting old stories with new colors and finding how we can change toward compassion and let go of the negative restrictions so often pushed by the world around us. I encourage us all to love freely and openly as we enter a transitional period of our lives, taking the time over the summer to learn and grow in our emotional selves and really connect with the human parts of us that want to pursue love in every circumstance. Go out and find something beautiful. Tell somebody how much they've meant to you throughout the last couple of years. Be open to a feeling of connection between people, and after the ceremony, while taking pictures, as I'm sure many of us will partake in, or while enjoying a treat at a graduation party, I encourage you to notice the music of laughter and love shared between friends and family as we celebrate the end of another school year and gear towards a better future crafted by the love we hold for one another. Thank you.
Thank you, Blake. Let's give the speakers one more round of applause. Speakers, you may take your seat. Speakers, as you take your seat, I'd like to welcome in the Hastings High School Choir. The members of Hastings Senior High Choir will sing Vienna, arranged by Isaac Russell. Thank you, Hastings Senior High choir members. Before I present the class of 2025, I would like to recognize the community of Hastings that provides resources and support to our schools. Also to the many people who provide guidance and direction to our soon-to-be graduates. Mothers, fathers, guardians, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, paraprofessionals, administrative assistants, coaches, administrators. All of you collaborating have allowed them to accomplish their goals. Today we're going to have members of the school board handing out diplomas. Becky Sullivan, Jody Graves, Jim Bovey, Sharon Brooks, Tamisha Rose Osgood, Chris Shade, Stacy Whithelm, Andrew McCarty, and Eric Espinoza. You guys may please come to the stage, along with Mr. Jeff Snyder, Superintendent of Schools. I would also like to invite to the stage Mr. Chris Shukai to announce the class of 2025. During the announcement of names and handing out of diplomas, please be respectful of the audience members around you. Please stay in the seating area until the ceremony is complete and the graduates have exited the gymnasium.
Good afternoon. Board members, are you ready? Mr. Linden, are you ready? Hastings High class of 2025, are you ready? Yeah. Let's award some diplomas then. Will the first row please stand and come forward? Parker Ablett. Nolan Albers. Tony Alfaro. Christian Allman. Giovanni Amaya Mendez. Valentine Eras. Paige Ashley. Riley Axe. Annalise Bartos. Corey Barwick. Riley Bates. Grace Beck. Guillermo Bijo Bijamil. William Bernard. Broden Bockerman. Reese Borrell. Anthony Borland. Kinley Bruce. Carlos Callejas. Nolan Cardona. Addison Carnahan. Austin Carrera. First row, you may be seated. Will the second row please stand and come forward? Fergie Serrato Ramirez. Ava Childs. Madden Schote. Diego Chajolin. James Caldwell. Hunter Conway. Taven Kuhn. Caesar Correa. Peyton Chris. Claire Davis. Patrick Davis. Anthony De La Torre Terry. Daniel De Palma. Royer De Loera. Keely Dewey. Caleb Doyen. Caitlin Drake. Paige Engel. Kira Erickson. Zachary Esser. Montgomery Ferris. Jaime Ferry Gomez. Ashton Fisher. Abigail Fish. Second row, you may be seated. Will row 3 please stand and come forward? Amare Folds. Michael Foster. Andriana Fox. Cooper Gaddicke. Giovanni Gallegos. Christopher Garcia. Daniel Garcia. Diego Garcia. Jose Gomez. Paula Gomez Jimenez. Bessie Gomez Lara. Carlos Gonzalez. Yoselin Gonzalez Lara. Haley Gordon. Patrick Goen. Megan Grummert. Fatima Guido Laguna. Nayeli Guzman Torres. Morgan Haba. Balin Hall. Jamin Hamburger. Brock Hammond. Asher Hansen. The third row may be seated. Row 4, please stand and come forward. John Hawes. Johanna Hine. Addison Herms. Giovanni Hernandez. Odalis Hernandez Ochoa. Jesus Hilario. Shyla Hinkle. Madison Heinrichs. Cameron Horstman. Adrian Hughes. Danae Isom. Kaylee Ivy. Cameron Jaquetta. Haley James. Carlos Jimenez. Raymond Jimenez Hernandez. Miles Johnson. Tayden Johnson. Zoe Johnson. Gracie Kaiser. Isaac Kelly. Jarrett Kiker. Mita Killingsworth. Row 4, you may be seated. Row 5, please stand and come forward. Cooper Kindig. Mackenzie Kinzer. Isaiah Knott. Cooper Cole. Keithan Krings. Brandon Lagunas Gomez. Mackenzie Lakin. Avery Larson. Aiden Leonard. Alexander Lindemann. Xander Lockling. Preston Long. Emmanuel Lopez. Josiah Lopez. Levi Lopez Hernandez. Fabian Lozano. Giovanni Marquez Ledesma. Juan Martel. Ashley Martinez Vargas. Lachlan Marsoff. Raina Mason.
Let's go, let's get it!
Dakota McCoy. Isaac McCurdy. Abigail McGuire. Row 5, you may be seated. Row 6, please stand and come forward. Tristan McKenna. Caleb McKnight. Yoselin Mejorada Corona. Angelina Merwin. James Miles. Morgan Miller. Isaiah Pullman. Devin Motley. Camden Mullen. Mina Murphy. Rebecca Muskie. Callie Nekus. Dalton Newman. Mackenzie Nolet. Jaden Ochsner. Jenna Ochsner. Laura Kate Oliver. Jack Ortegren. Bianca Peck. Jonathan Pedroza. Mia Pedroza. Row 6, you may be seated. Will row 7 please stand and come forward? Elizabeth Perry. Brogan File. J.L. Pignon. Gregory Pruitt. Zachary Putnam. Bailey Quinn. Braden Rafton. Layla Renfro. Alex Reynolds. Moses Rhodes. Marvelous Robinson. Ana Rodriguez. Eric Rodriguez. Adam Rutt. Ebony Santos. Johnson Sequil Gomez. Cade Satterley. Carson Scarlett. Faith Schaaf. Caden Shaw. Ruby Shart. Blake Schiffbauer. Robert Schmidt. Eli Schneider. Row 7, you may be seated. Will row 8 please stand and come forward? Riley Schulte. Cheyenne Schultz. Hallie Schultz. Isaiah Shaw. Landon Shirley. Lillian Schuler, Sidlow. Eric Seabrass. Lucas Skalka. Tatum Sperling. Dennis Stakuch. Marissa Stoltenberg. Fenton Sund. Tucker Sinnick. Baron Turway. Taylor Tharp. Declan Thomas. Brody Tinsman. Alexander Tomlin. Noah Trike. Bianca Trong. Ariel Tubbs. Eli Ventura. Row 8, you may be seated. Row 9, please stand and come forward. Chance Furton. Maddox Warburton. Zoe Watts Anderson. Owen Weiss. Jacob Wiggins. Cassandra Witt. Natalia Zubrod. Congratulations, Hastings High Class of 2025. From the right to the left side. Audience, still, please stay in your seat until we